Hello, physics class. I am James Azriel S. Aguilar.
And I am Nelster C. Ringor, and we're going to do an experiment about kinematics in one dimension in real world.
What is kinematics? Kinematics refers to the study of motion of points, objects, and a group of objects while ignoring the causes of its motion.
So now, let's get going to the experiment to show you how is kinematics described in real world.
We're going to need in this experiment is an egg. We need to get an egg and go to a certain height that is not less than 4 meters high and drop that egg in free fall that should hit a passing person. As shown here at the diagram, it is about the free fall of an egg and how the egg will land onto the head of the passing person. So now let us show you what the resulted outcome of the experiment.
First, we measure the building, and as was shown, it is 6.2738 meters. Next, we measure James' height, which is 1.65 meters, and then we subtract his height and the building, because the head of the passerby is the one that will get hit, not the ground.
After measuring the needed information to make our experiment successful, we may now compute the velocity needed to compute for the time and the velocity of the passerby. The time is how many seconds that the egg will land onto the passerby's head. We will use the kinematic equation to solve for the final velocity, which is final velocity squared is equals to initial velocity plus 2 times gravity times change in distance. We have now a given, which are the initial velocity, 0, gravity is 9.81 meter per second squared, and the distance, which is 4.6238 meters. We substitute the given to the equation. Final velocity is equals to 0 plus 2 times 9.8 meter per second squared times 4.6238 meters. Now, we get the answers of 9.524650 meter per seconds. Now that we have the velocity, we can get the time.
The equation for time is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity over gravity. We substitute the final velocity and gravity. We don't need to put the initial velocity since it was equal to 0. So 9.524650 meter per second all over by 9.81 meter per second square. So cancel the meter per second. So matitira po ang seconds. Now we have the time on the which is 0.9709 seconds. After getting the time, we can now solve for the velocity of the passerby. The equation for getting the velocity is distance all over time. So that's 1.45 meters all over 0.9709 seconds. And the velocity of the passerby is 1.4935 meter per seconds.
So that's how you do
kinematics in one dimension in real world.